In news that was expected by just about everyone in the industry, Roki Sasaki decided and announced on his own Instagram that he will be joining the Los Angeles Dodgers. Immediately, the baseball world went into an uproar. Everyone said, "We knew this was going to happen." All of the talk that his representative made about he may want a small market, he may not want to be under the eye of a huge media situation, which of course exists in LA. He may be willing to forge his own path. He doesn't need to have other Japanese teammates. Everyone in the industry believed there was some sort of pre-cut deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers, to the point that Major League Baseball sent a memo, just like they had with Ohtani. And the memo said, you better not do a pre-cut deal because we're going to find it. They investigated the Ohtani signing with the Angels and didn't find anything. They're going to investigate the signing with the Dodgers, and they're not going to find anything. If you are the commissioner of baseball, you want Sasaki on the Dodgers. It is a huge business move for the industry to have Sasaki on the Dodgers. The Dodgers and the Cubs open the regular season in the middle of March, March 18th. They will be in Tokyo playing. Having Ohtani and Yamamoto and Sasaki on the same team, that is how you generate interest. That's how you generate broadcast revenue. There was a whole song and dance throughout the negotiation where Sasaki was meeting with different teams. 20 teams indicated interest, apparently. Sasaki granted meetings to only a handful of the teams. We got updates. There were homework assignments given to the teams. Reportedly, Sasaki wanted to know, why did my fastball velocity drop? And what can you do to make sure my fastball velocity doesn't drop again in the future? Well, they're going to need Christopher Lloyd, they're going to need a DeLorean, and they're going to need Michael J. Fox. Because the only way that fastball velocity doesn't drop during the course of a career is, one, if you don't age, Benjamin Button, or two, you stop pitching. Other than that, there is no way to guarantee that there won't be a drop in velocity. Maybe he was talking about in his mid-20s. How do you stop that? There is no set of circumstances where a strength and conditioning team, there's no scenario where you can bring your star players to meet with Sasaki. There's no document you can come up with that will in any way forecast what a career is going to be. Now everybody is assuming that Sasaki is with the Dodgers, will join their rotation, and it will form a gauntlet the likes of which baseball has never seen. But of course, people in the industry also know that whatever rotates together in January is almost certainly not going to be your rotation come October. There was a lot of collateral damage from Sasaki signing with the Dodgers. There were teams who were putting themselves in position to get him. Let's start with the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays, in a trade right before Sasaki announced on Instagram what his plans were, made a trade to get more international bonus pool money. Because remember, Sasaki wasn't a free agent. Sasaki had to sign only for what teams were able to offer with their international amateur signing bonus pool. But you're allowed to acquire more. There are rumors that the Blue Jays offered more, the Padres had the ability to offer more, yet for some reason, Sasaki had landed on the Dodgers. You can't blame the Blue Jays for always being the bridesmaid, or blame the Padres for trying, or you, Darvish, for hoping that Sasaki would join the Padres. But at the end of the day, the relationship that Major League Baseball has with the Nippon Professional Baseball League has been strained for decades. There is no way to fully control what happens to a Japanese free agent, whether it's a free agent like Yamamoto, that's a true free agent that can sign for $300 million, or a free agent like Ohtani and Sasaki, who could only sign $2.5 million and then ends up as a 0+ player in Major League Baseball, making only the minimum? Would it make sense for the Dodgers to have offered some sort of deal going forward, some sort of endorsement income? Is it possible that Sasaki's endorsements in Japan had helped and asked him to be with a team like the Dodgers because that would be helpful for their relationship with Sasaki? There's so many layers to this decision, all of which led to the Dodgers from the very start. And then when it happens, people raise their arms in ire and say, no, no, not now. So what will happen is the Dodgers will show up for spring training. There will be a gaggle of Japanese media watching Ohtani try to pitch again, watching Yamamoto pitch for his second year, hopefully more comfortable, try not to get injured, and looking at a young 20-plus-year-old phenom, seeing how quickly he can adjust to Major League Baseball. It's going to be a fascinating season in Major League Baseball, and it starts in only a couple of weeks when teams start showing up for spring training.